I thought Bam Adebayo was tremendous in this game. And I get that Knicks fans are probably furious at Bam Adebayo. So I'm sorry about this ahead of time because I am going to give Bam his flowers. If you're a Knicks fan, I get it. Like I get you being frustrated about some of the screens. I get being frustrated about the fact that I think he on a non-purposefully injured four of your guys throughout the course of this season. I don't think Bam's a dirty player. I think he can sometimes like kind of lose, you know, control of where he is like in space at times. And he plays physically and he's strong. He's not, I don't think he's a dirty player. I think he is just someone that will at times be very physical in that way. What I thought Bam did incredibly well today was move without the ball. He got it going early. He had a couple of post plays. But I thought that by moving without the ball, he set up different mismatches. And I thought that he did a great job of setting up potential driving angles for Jimmy Butler, especially late in this game, as we'll talk about, not just with his screening, but with his seals. Bam Adebayo goes for 23 points, 9 rebounds, only 1 assist, but 2 steals in this game, goes 9 of 20 from the field. But in a game that was so tight and congested and physical and was basically just like a wrestling match underneath with him and Mitchell Robinson and Kevin Love and Julius Randle and all these guys. Josh Hart's another guy that's happy to get in there. There are so many bodies around the paint constantly in this series on both ends of the floor. I thought the way that Bam opened up just that little bit of space throughout was really, really critical. So let's dive into the tape here and talk a little bit about Bam. So what you're going to see here is Bam is going to set just this little screen here on Jalen Brunson. It's like almost like a little slip, but what he does here is he engages Brunson here. And by engaging Brunson, he forces the switch so that Brunson can't recover out onto Gabe Vincent and that Mitchell Robinson is forced to go out and guard Gabe Vincent. By engaging him here, I thought that he did a very good job of setting up a real mismatch opportunity for both players on the Miami Heat. So he engages him here and he posts him, right? And I think the Knicks do a great job here of communicating this. Jalen Brunson and Grimes recognize this, and they're going to switch this. And Grimes is going to get on him because he's a much better matchup for Bam on the block than Brunson is, certainly. Brunson, it almost just has to be an Olay, and it's going to be a 2-point bucket for sure. Bam with a tremendous drop step here to get this easy bucket. Bam just really, really sharp with his off-ball movement today. Here, you're going to see reversal out to Love. Bam does his work here on the left wing, as you're going to see at the 4:45 mark of the first quarter. You're just going to see him create this little move by flashing into the middle of the paint, right? They're playing way off of him. They're over-helping with Isaiah Hartenstein toward the strong side of the court. It's funny. If you remember from the Cavs series, this is actually what I hated the Cavs doing against the Knicks, using Jared Allen in game, I believe it was 4, to way overhelp to the strong side, creating open opportunities for someone like Mitchell Robinson to dive and to get to the rim while his man's head was turned. So by over-helping here, because Bam is not a shooter and is on that weak side of the court on the wing, you give Bam plenty of time here to cut and to get very good position for someone who is as strong as he is. This is like kind of it's not really a double there by Randle. He just kind of comes into the paint and watches. I didn't really love what Randle did defensively in this game. Obviously, didn't love what he did offensively either. But when Bam is able to get the ball here, he's a good enough passer and he's a good enough scorer to be able to create offense in some way, be it for himself or for someone else. This ends up being just a little mini hook shot. He makes it over Hartenstein. Here we go. This is where we're going to start getting into Bam short rolls. And this is where I thought he really made his hay today offensively, both as a passer and as a scorer, mostly as a scorer though. We're going to see here, this is just going to be a perfect little short roll into a jumper. Bam's jumper hasn't always been great, But today he knocked down a couple of them. It was really important for the Miami Heat to get all those jumpers from Bam that he was able to knock down. I think he had 3 of them, if I remember correctly. So here we go again. Bam Adebayo. You're going to see Duncan come across, traditional Bam Duncan dribble handoff action. They love to try and get Duncan where the man defending Duncan goes under and Duncan just kind of flattens out behind Bam and knocks down a shot from behind the 3-point line. Here, Brunson does a great job actually fighting over this screen here. So they reset it back to Bam in the middle of the court. He pitches it back to Kyle Lowry, and then we're going to see this little pocket pass because he sees that Mitchell Robinson is just very slightly out of position here. And if you're very slightly out of position against somebody like Bam, where you're not quite enough in the gap to be able to recover onto him, Bam is athletic enough to where he's going to get downhill and he's going to score every single time. He's going to do it every single time. Easy dunk, easy lane for Bam Adebayo there. Here we go again. Bam comes up, sets a screen. There we go. Pocket pass again. Little jumper for Bam Adebayo. Huge, huge shots. Coming down the court again. This time, he takes the outlet. We see a little bit of everything from Bam in this game, right? The shooting, the post game, the off-ball movement, the scoring ability as a leaper dunking at the rim. Incredible player, incredibly valuable player, incredibly versatile player. Here we go. Bam kind of fakes like he's going to set up for a post up, ultimately brings it back out, sets a little screen, another little pocket pass. Pocket pass leads to the kick out to the corner for Gabe Vincent. Easy bucket there. Bam's passing ability that time makes it happen. Here we go. Rejected screen there. And what you're going to notice on this play, this is some beautiful, beautiful off-ball movement from Bam Adebayo. Sets the screen. Jimmy drives. He's kind of standing here by the elbow. Josh Hart comes back out onto him. Is this the one that I meant to grab? Maybe not. This is at the 10-minute mark here. Comes back out. Yeah, this is not the play I meant to grab. This might be the next one. Sorry about that, guys. I'll delete that from the podcast. Okay. Here we go. Jimmy's getting trapped here at the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Hits the outlet to Bam. Bam kicks it back out. And what you're going to see here is that Josh is kind of having to pay attention to Bam because Isaiah Hartenstein's head is turned, seeing if he has to help Gabe Vincent here on this drive. Because of that, Bam is going to drive and he's going to go up and try and like fake that he's going to go up for this little lob as an outlet pass. Because he does that, Josh Hart actually really has to commit and dive down with Bam to be able to cut that off. Because Gabe Vincent does actually get by Obi Toppin, which means Hartenstein does get engaged as the help defender. And if Hart doesn't dive down and basically play help onto Bam, it's going to result in an easy dunk. But by doing that, he also opens up the 1-on-2 on the perimeter. This leads to a Max Strus open 3. Of course, Strus knocks it down because Max Strus is always going to knock that down. But it could have just as easily led to a Jimmy Butler wide open 3 as well, because it's a 1-on-2 on the perimeter with Jalen Brunson. Here we go at the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter now. We're going to see Bam recognizes that Jimmy is going to get this ball back. He gets it back and he realizes that Jimmy's going to try and drive baseline. And he has an empty side of the court. So by driving baseline here, look at what Bam does to engage and seal off Mitchell Robinson here so that Mitchell Robinson can't get involved in this play. That means that the only low man defender, the only help defender waiting for Jimmy Butler at the basket is going to be Jalen Brunson. Just really, really smart off-ball movement here. Seals off Mitchell Robinson, makes it so there's no chance he can help. They get the bucket to get to 90 points. Now we're at 1 minute, 14 seconds left. And here we go again. Right now, he's like kind of on the block. You can't really see him behind Mitchell Robinson. Uh, Eventually, the Knicks, who are down 4, they're kind of trapping. They're trying to force a turnover here. They put 2 on the ball. Jimmy recognizes where Gabe Vincent is in the middle of the court, and then it's a 1-on-2. Vincent engages Mitchell Robinson. Bam goes up for the dunk, throws it down with strength. That's your ball game. Miami Heat win. Once they were up 6, it looked like it was going to be hard for the Heat or for the Knicks to come back. They did have a chance. Ultimately, an awesome dig on the backside by Gabe Vincent gets the job done. Really, really excellent game, I thought, from Bam Adebayo here. Offensively, particularly, did a great job playing to his strengths, playing without the ball, being physical, being aggressive, also having real skill level as a short roller. Knocks down 3 jumpers in this game. Plays in that pocket short roll area, plays in just that release valve short roll area more at the top of the key. Excellent work from Bam Adebayo. Anytime that you can get 20 points from Bam in a game, you're winning. Bam averaged, I think, like 18 a game this year, something like that. You can get 23 from him. You're in a really good position in a game like this where it was hard to get any points with how both of these teams were playing defensively. Awesome series from the New York Knicks. Honestly, I think they deserve a lot of credit. It's going to suck to go out to the Miami Heat, a team that there's a lot of animosity toward. There's a lot of animosity toward Pat Riley, obviously, if you're a Knicks fan. I get that this sucks. I get that this was kind of a miserable series to watch in a lot of respects. So if you're a Knicks fan, it probably wasn't all that fun to watch them kind of struggle through this and battle the Heat and lose to an 8 seed after the fun first round series of defeating the Cavs. But I think that this, as much as anything, was styles make fights. Matchups are ultimately what win in the playoffs or lose in the playoffs. The Heat had a much better matchup against the Knicks because the thing that the Knicks need to do is they needed to be able to crash the offensive glass. And the Heat are one of the best teams in the NBA at dominating the defensive glass. Only have 8 offensive rebounds in this game. I feel like practically it was probably a few less than that because it felt like Mitchell Robinson had like a couple like missed tips that probably counted as offensive rebounds. I thought that by controlling the defensive glass, making it so that you can't give up easy points to Mitchell Robinson, making it so you don't have to defend multiple possession after possession after possession if you're Miami, it really allowed them to focus on the fundamentals of packing the paint and closing out late. Really good, sound defensive strategy from Eric Spoelstra. Really good overall positive performance from the Heat.